we live in a time where stuff like Shark Tank, all that stuff kind of like motivates you. It's like, man, working for yourself isn't as bad. I mean, it's a risk, so you got to
Yeah.
set yourself up for, the ups and downs of it. But in the long run, it's your own baby, like
Right.
I
Yeah.
think that's the American dream, right? Just
Yeah.
starting something from nothing. I mean, obviously we're all men of color and not the typical, you know, white man mentality, but so it's good to see, minorities rise up, right? Especially in
Exactly.
athletic training.
Yeah, yeah, I agree 100%, bro. So let's start with that actually. Let's start with you introducing yourself and just kind of let us know, who you are, what you do for work.
Yeah, so for everyone watching the recording, my name is Vander Castillo. I am a certified athletic trainer. I graduated from San Diego State University, and I got my master's from Cal State Long Beach in sport management. I am, like I said, a certified athletic trainer, corrective exercise specialist, certified um, ergonomics assessment specialist as well. So that's CEAS. I'm also right now. I started my business, V6 Industrial Athletic Training. Uh, when I first started it, we wanted to hit a bunch of different avenues from hotels, grocery stores, automotive industry, all these kinds of people. But we kind of found our niche as going down the road in like the hotel industry. There was a need for that. So that's where our V6 Industrial Athletic Training is mostly focused towards right now, just because there is a need for that market. And housekeeping, there's a new law that passed in California that all lodging establishments had to have some kind of injury prevention program in place. So that actually
Wow.
fit in right exactly
Yeah.
with what we wanted to do. One of my first cold calls, I talked to the general manager. She's the one who told me about it. She's like, "Oh, do you know about that new law?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "Well, you better look it up." And then I looked it up. I was like, "Man, this is the gatekeeper to everything I wanted to happen." So that's
That's
my
great.
foot in the door thing. So that new law, everyone has to have something. I mean, it could be
Wow.
anything. There could be a wide range of what you need to have, but with what we offer, it fits in perfectly because we do a lot of injury prevention, first aid stuff. It's a lot of musculoskeletal injury prevention. Obviously, with stuff like housekeeping, they make beds, clean rooms all day. So um, that's just something that we can, as athletic trainers, we definitely can help with repetitive injuries.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. And so a follow-up question with that, what made you want to start your own business and like I guess just pursue something that wasn't there, right? And then you kind of
Yeah,
found the niche, like you said, but initially, like the idea
yeah,
was
we had so many ideas.
but you just wanted something on your own, right? So how'd you come up with that? Why'd you do that?
um, to be honest, it's kind of a loaded question. Um, I've worked in a bunch of athletic training settings. I probably worked in all of them. When you graduate college, like, oh, you don't have enough experience. I'm like, man, I just worked like for free for 2 hours or for 2 years. What
Yeah.
do you mean I don't have
Yeah.
experience?
I feel that.
So yeah, exactly right. So I think right out of college, worked at a PT clinic. I did internships in pro sports. Worked with everyone from like 90 years old to 15 years old. So anything and everything in between. Um, and then I found my niche in industrial athletic training. I got my first break working at Disneyland. I was one of the athletic
Oh,
trainers
nice.
at Disneyland for 2 years or so with Select Medical. I don't know if you guys you
Yeah,
probably
I've
heard of
heard of
that
them.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had the contract with Disneyland. So we were there taking care of all their cast members, and that's from anyone from like a show to the people who serve you your churros.
Nice.
everybody who works at Disneyland has access to athletic trainers, which is very nice. You don't see that at all, especially
Yeah.
that really athletic trainers. They're not, they have their own little city back there. You have every from athletic trainer, PT, urgent care nurse
Wow.
to a doctor. So it's actually its own little village behind there. It's pretty crazy actually. They have a good format back there, and then with each job, I just got more experience and more opportunities right after Disneyland or working with Disneyland. I also worked at Anheuser-Busch, the beverage company, the beer company. So that was actually
Okay.
cool. I was the only athletic trainer there. I took care of maybe, I think, like 150 staff members. We just, though that their schedule was really different. They start at like 4 o'clock in the morning with their drivers. So that took some getting used to, starting up that early. But I have a lot of respect for those kinds of guys, because that's kind of stuff no one knows about. Like those guys are driving trucks at 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning just to get you your beer. Like it's insane. So you don't see that kind of stuff. I worked with everyone from, when you're at a grocery store, you see those like the beer bottles stacked up. That's someone's job to stack up all of those. I thought it was the people at like Bonds or something, that's their job. No, it's the beer company's people's job. Somebody comes there and actually organizes all the drinks and stuff. So that's they're called a merchandiser. They stack up everything, making sure that all the racks are filled up in grocery stores, liquor stores, everything. So we would go out to them, just do a lot of ergonomic observation, a lot of like morning stretches, or we call them micro breaks, because they're heavy, man. I mean, I know you guys just got out of college, right? You guys, you know how much a 6-pack and 24-pack weigh.
Right.
So Anheuser-Busch was cool, and then it was funny because my boss at Disneyland, he got a new job with another industrial athletic training company, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna bring all of you guys on as soon as I get good with this company." And that's exactly what he did. He brought 5 of us on, like 5 of us.
That's awesome.
Like he pretty much took half the staff in our department at Disneyland, and he just brought us over. And that was my next step, was at Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola is huge, especially in California. I think the one in Downey has the largest distribution plant in all of North America. So that was something I didn't know about. So if you ever drive past Downey, you'll see that big old Coca-Cola facility, and that's the biggest one. And that's exactly, they're literally making the Coke, and they're packaging it, and they're shipping it out. So I actually tasted Coca-Cola straight from the line. It tastes different, because when you like on a regular like 7-Eleven Coke, that's probably been sitting there for probably like a month or so, give or take. So the sugar's all dissolved inside, and there's a lot of sugar in there. Actually, it would come by the trainful. I was like, man, that's all sugar. I was like, jeez.
Yeah, I'm sure you see it all.
Soda, but yeah, we saw it all. Everything gets made there. And I think the hardest job at Coca-Cola that I saw people doing is like, let's say you work at a 7-Eleven and you order different kinds of drinks, like Sprite, Coke, Diet Pepsi, whatever. There's someone's job to actually stack the pallet of your whole entire order, like lift each case by each case to make your order for you. And these guys are working like 12-hour days. I was like, man, that job must be tiring, first of all, and boring, second of all.
Yeah.
But man, it's someone's job to build that. And those people, we saw the most injuries in that, because it was a lot of lifting, bending, push, pull kind of stuff. So, I mean, my hat's off to those guys, because I know I couldn't do that job. So, yeah, definitely. So going back to your question, that's where my experience came from, and I was fairly new at Coca-Cola, and they were kind of new to the whole athletic trainer, at least the one my plant was in LA, downtown LA. And I don't know, I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus or anything, but their management was just not organized as much. And I was having trouble with like my bosses. They're like, hey man, like talk to your bosses. Like it was like there was bad communication, so to speak. So I was like, man, this is not the ideal situation for me. Like I'm babysitting like corporate people rather than actually helping people. So it was just not the best situation for myself. So I actually stepped out of Coca-Cola, and then I had some time on my hands, and I was thinking, I watch a lot of Shark Tank. That's my jam right there. So when you see all these people just building stuff out of nothing, it's like, man, I could do something. Like athletic training is still growing. Like it's such a young profession, and people don't know what we are yet. So I was like, let me see what we're doing over here. And we also do athletic training treatments in hotels. So like when you travel with your sport team.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that, and the housekeeping industry, even like the grocery industry, that was another target audience I really wanted. So I was thinking, okay, let's make something out of that. Let's try to do a plan, or a lot of it was just like writing ideas, to be honest. If with anything, you just got to keep writing, like whatever idea flows to your head. And then I actually give it up to my grad school because I was in grad school for sport management. So that gave me like the confidence to step out and do something on my own, because we had this marketing project where you had to make your own brand, like your own logo, like what you stand for, everything. That's where V6 came from. V6, so my name is Vander, obviously, and then V6 is Vander. So there's the 6, and then the V6 also stands for, you know, what we do, what our services are, which is injury prevention, CPR, first aid, ergonomics, risk assessment, stuff like that. So that's where the other 6 came from. So it has like double meaning, which is cool. And I was like, man, I like this. I'm gonna use this as my, like, you know, my own business logo. It was just for a project for school, but I was like, man, I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun with like making my own logo, because, you know, just like with anything in sports, if it looks good, like people are gonna, you know, be attracted to it. Yeah. And then I actually just rebranded like last year, so, you know, that part's fun, you know, just the marketing aspect of it, because it's your own baby, you know, like you can that's one thing I think I do really well with my business. I present really well. Like whenever I do tabling and shows, people think that I'm bigger than I actually am. Like, man, how many, like, where's your headquarters? I'm like, headquarters? What are you talking about? Yeah, people think I'm actually way bigger than I really am. It's insane.
That's
so
a good sign, though.
It is. I take a lot of pride in that, because you know, since it's my baby, I'm gonna bring the best of everything I got, whether it's equipment, polos, everything. It looks legit, because you know, people don't want to work with you if you look like you just put this together in the back of your car or something like that. Yeah. So people are very trustworthy, and, you know, it just kind of what came together, to be honest, from ideas to be like, man, I could make some money doing this, like, you know, and like thinking of like how much to price out. And, you know, as athletic trainers, everyone's always asking you, oh man, like, can you take a look at my shoulder or something, like on the side, you know, you have friends that say, oh yeah, you do this, man, you can help me out, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't want to do it for free forever, but
true.
So that actually started it, because one of my friends, she was a dancer at the community college, and she was like, oh man, my shoulder or my back or something. She wanted to get more flexible, so I helped her out with a bunch of stretches. Like we would meet up like twice a week, and, you know, that just kind of snowballed into my other friend asking me for help, and I just kind of gained clientele that way. And, you know, with referrals, that's how it really works. With businesses, people just like, oh yeah, your shoulder hurts, go talk to my guy Vander. That's actually, it feels really good too when people refer you.